Coming up.
Can Santa get coronavirus?
Dr. John will answer your latest questions straight ahead. Then the true meaning of Hanukkah explained. Plus, 'tis the season of giving.
I feel like everybody should do something in their community or do something to solve a problem.
We'll meet this inspiring 15-year-old who is helping his community just in time for Christmas.
This is NBC Nightly News Kids Edition.
Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. I hope you're all safe and doing well. We've got a lot of great stuff coming your way in this show. We can't wait for you to meet this inspiring teenager who started his own bakery and is now on a mission to help others. Also, tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, and it gives us a chance to hear from kids about the true meaning of this holiday and explain some of the traditions and see how some families are celebrating this year. Plus, we'll introduce you to Time Magazine's first ever Kid of the Year. But first, our top story continues to be the coronavirus. As new cases continue to rise across the country, there are a lot of signs of hope. This week, in fact, a 90-year-old woman in England was the first person to receive the promising new coronavirus vaccine from drug maker Pfizer. The United Kingdom started giving out shots on Tuesday to those adults considered most at risk. Meanwhile, here in the United States, one of the nation's top health agencies, the Food and Drug Administration, is still taking a close look at two vaccine candidates. An emergency approval for their use could come very soon. We know you have a lot of questions, so let's get straight to them. Dr. John Torres joins us now for our weekly Ask the Doc segment. Dr. John, we received some really great questions this week, including several about the vaccine. Here's one we got from Poland.
Hello. My name is Bogusia, and I'm 10 years old, and I live in Krakow, in Poland. And my question is, when the vaccine becomes available, how long will we have to wear masks? Thank you. I like Nightly News for Kids. Bye.
Great question, and we're glad you're watching in Poland. It's a really good question, Dr. John. What's your answer?
You're right, Lester, and this is a question that not only does she have, but a lot of people around the world have. And the answer is that eventually we'll be able to not have to wear masks or hand wash or all those things we've been doing for the past few months every single day. But that's going to take some time. Enough people have to get the shot around the world, and particularly in your country, to make sure that you have what's called herd immunity, that enough people have it that they can protect everybody else. But while we wait for that to happen, which could take months, maybe even into the summer and later, that's going to mean that even if you have your shot, you're probably still going to have to wear a mask. You're probably still going to have to use hand sanitizer, keep social distancing. And then when enough people get the shot, we can start letting our guard down a little bit and getting back to a more normal life.
Yeah, it sounds like we'll slowly get out of this thing. Our next question is from one of our viewers who lives in London.
Hi, Mr. Hall. My name is Booker. I'm from Iowa. I'm currently living in London. My question is, can you get the flu and COVID at the same time? Bye. I love Kids Edition.
Booker, thanks for your question, and thanks for watching over in London. That's another great question. Dr. John, I went out and got the flu shot because I was worried about that very thing.
And it's a good thing you got the flu shot, because it is possible that you can get both at the same time. And if you talk to scientists or doctors, we'll say, yes, you could possibly get it at the same time. But luckily, there's only been a few people around the world and here in the United States that have gotten both the flu and COVID simultaneously. For most of us, it might happen one after the other. But since it's possible, you need to make sure you protect yourself. Of course, because you're wearing a mask, you're social distancing, you're washing your hands, that means you're less likely to catch COVID or the flu. But the one big difference is you can get the flu vaccine right now, and that can protect you and your family from the flu, and hopefully you don't get that or COVID, either one of those. But you want to make sure you at least protect yourselves from the ones you can right now.
Yeah, very important. Finally, our last question is a timely one for the holiday season.
My name is Emily. I live in Paris, France, and my question is, can Santa get coronavirus? Bye. I love Kids Edition.
Dr. John?
Yeah, this is a question I think a lot of kids have around the country and around the world, and a lot of adults have too. And it turns out we don't think Santa can get coronavirus. We think he has some immunity to it. But just because it's a new virus and we're not exactly sure, Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, the elves, the reindeers, They're all doing everything they can to stay safe, and that means they're quarantining themselves right now. So you're not seeing Santa doing a whole lot of public appearances. They're staying in the North Pole, they're putting all the gifts together in packages, and then when Santa goes out on Christmas Eve, he's gonna make sure that he stays protected and he protects you as well. And that means he's gonna wear a mask, the elves are gonna wear masks if they're around anybody else. But for the most part, the important thing to realize is that they're gonna stay very safe and keep you safe. That means you have to do your part too. If you're waiting for Santa, the best thing to do is go to sleep. That way you can make sure you social distance and you're not getting close to him. Also, most years you put out cookies and milk so Santa can have those as he's going throughout the world to keep him not getting hungry, not getting thirsty. But this year, you don't want to do that because of COVID. So instead of milk or cookies, just put out a thank you note for him, Mrs. Claus, the elves and the reindeers, thanking them for everything they're doing this year. And hopefully next year we can get back to normal and you can see Santa before Christmas, Santa will deliver during Christmas, and everything will be back to where we want it to be.
Well, I got to tell you, if they ever need a doctor at the North Pole, I think you're the guy, Dr. John. Thanks much as always.
You bet.
All right. Well, in other news, President-elect Joe Biden has been awfully busy picking his cabinet secretaries ahead of his inauguration in January. So we figured this would be an opportunity for our pop quiz. The president's cabinet is made up of people who will work directly for him and be in charge of running the government's most important agencies. But first, some have to be confirmed. Who confirms members of the president's cabinet? Is it A, the U.S. Senate, B, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, or C, the Central Intelligence Agency, also known as the CIA? We'll have the answer coming up a little later in our show. All right, let's turn now to the holiday season. We know this year may look a little different, but the holidays can still feel just as special. Tonight marks the first night of Hanukkah. As people celebrate all around the world, we wanted to take a look into the history and meaning of the holiday. Here now is our friend Peter Alexander.
It's a tradition that dates back to ancient times.
Hanukkah is a celebration of miracles.
Hanukkah means dedication in Hebrew. Each year, the Jewish holiday takes place right around Christmas and lasts 8 days. Families celebrate in different ways. They light candles, say prayers, sing, exchange small gifts, and of course, eat.
To me, Hanukkah is eating special foods that you would normally eat.
I like Hanukkah because it's not every day where you get to experience lighting the Hanukkah.
The menorah is central to Hanukkah, that's known as the Festival of Lights. Why? Well, more than 2,000 years ago, the Jewish people defeated the Greeks in a bitter war, taking back a famed temple. To rededicate that temple, they lit a candelabra, known as a menorah. They only had enough oil for one night, but it lasted 8 days. And that's why the holiday is celebrated for 8 nights, to honor the miracle of Hanukkah.
It was a miracle that the oil lasted for so long, and it wasn't supposed to. So it really shows that if you try enough, you can make it happen.
Each night, another candle is lit.
It's a Jewish symbol, which is supposed to symbolize that God is always there.
Hanukkah is the festival of lights. It's really the story of endless possibility. It's the story of how when you believe in something, anything is possible.
This year, like everything else, Hanukkah will look and feel a bit different, but there's still reason to celebrate. Just ask the educators at the Schlenker School in Houston.
There's so many virtual stuff you can do. We here at Schlenker sometimes use the virtual Sevivon, which is a great game online, and you still get the same excitement and have fun with your relative, even if they're far away.
During Hanukkah, we like to eat yummy foods. Normally we would invite family or friends over, but this year we can't do that, so we're probably gonna Zoom or FaceTime.
Speaking of that yummy food, a Hanukkah favorite is called latkes, potato pancakes fried in oil, symbolizing that miracle.
Last year after I got one of these fryers, I was trying to make some, but we didn't have potatoes.
The story of Hanukkah, especially this year, giving us all a reason to believe, including at the Schechter School of Long Island.
This year when I'm lighting my Hanukkah, I'll be thinking about how I can play my part, bringing more light and more hope into the world too.
Hope and faith and community and coming together to really work through this problem, we can beat this seemingly unbeatable virus.
The most important thing is perseverance, never give up, and community. We need to come together as a community.
A holiday about perseverance and hope. when we could all use both.
I hope that for the upcoming Jewish holidays, we'll be able to spend time with family, and I hope that we're all able to be healthy and be safe during these times.
All right, Peter, that was terrific. Thanks very much. Now let's get the answer to our pop quiz. The question is, who confirms members of the president's cabinet? Is it A, the U.S. Senate, B, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or C, the Central Intelligence Agency, also known as the CIA? The answer is A, the U.S. Senate. Another story in the headlines this week, a 15-year-old from Colorado is making history. She is Time Magazine's first ever Kid of the Year. Gitanjali Rao, a sophomore at STEM school Highlands Ranch, was selected from more than 5,000 nominees. Among her inventions, the young scientist created an app to help prevent cyberbullying and also developed a device to detect lead in drinking water. Congratulations, Gitanjali.
This segment is sponsored by the Salvation Army, doing the most good.
And speaking of inspiration, let's turn now to our Inspiring Kids series, where we shine a spotlight on kids who are doing remarkable things for others. We've got a sweet one for you on this show, a teenager from Washington, D.C. who turned his love of baking into a special treat for others in need, just in time for the holidays. Michael Platt has a recipe for success.
Yeah, it's really cool just to know that what I'm doing and I'm doing something that I love to do, but it's still helping other people and it's still making a difference in people's lives.
In 2016, the teen started his very own bakery, Michael's Desserts. For every baked good purchased there, one is donated to a homeless shelter.
I feel like everybody should do something in their community or do something to solve a problem.
One of the problems in his community is the lack of food for some people. And since the pandemic hit, more families are in even greater need. So Michael decided to add another ingredient to his mission.
Kids aren't in school. They aren't getting the meals that they would have gotten from school. So giving them a snack pack and hold them over, maybe from dinner to dinner or from dinner to lunch. We're just doing that much more.
First things first, we have some almonds. These are 100-calorie almonds, high in fat and high in protein, and they are amazing.
He's now donating snack packs filled with healthy food to food pantries in the Washington, D.C. area. And since it's the holiday season, the young baker is adding a few sweet additions, like hot chocolate and, of course, candy canes.
Michael, fantastic. All right, God bless.
So I just dropped off some snack packs at the food pantry, and all the people there seem to be going strong.
Michael delivers the snack packs with the help of his family and buys the supplies from kind donations to his GoFundMe page. The teen's wish this Christmas,
just wake up in the morning and know every single day I'm doing something that is going to impact someone else's life.
'Tis truly the season of giving. Great work, Michael. Keep up the good work. Well, that's going to do it for us. Just a reminder, parents, if your child has a question, email a video to us at nightlynewskids@nbcuni.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as we say so long today, a group of students from the Schechter School of Long Island will sing a song called "O Hanukkah" in honor of a holiday. Happy Hanukkah to you all, and remember, take care of yourself and each other.
Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Everyone to play with and like us to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. And may our Hanukkah, 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 Shenu, Yom Yom, Hanukkah, 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 Hanukkah,
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.